that we use every day habitually cause how we feel. If I'm saying that I hate something or that this is driving me crazy, it elicits a feeling inside my body of tension and of stress and of defeat and of overwhelm. And in that state of mind, it's very difficult to feel like I'm on top of what I want to be accomplishing in my life. In regard to weight loss, when you feel angry, overwhelmed, emotional, it's very difficult to have the motivation to do what we need to do to lose the weight that we want to. In studying human behavior, I've become more and more impressed with just really how simple things are in regard to getting ourselves to change our behavior based on our thinking. Can just using different words habitually make an impact on my life? And the answer is yes. It can make a huge impact on your life. Just by changing words like I feel starving or I'm starving to I'm hungry, doesn't that make you feel a little differently? By using certain words, we can identify what words that we're using habitually that cause us these habitual feelings that are pulling us down from what we want to accomplish. And we can make the conscious decision to use new words in replace of those to do two things. One of the things that I do and that I teach all my clients that I'm going to teach you to do right now is to use a new word for when you feel hungry. And that new word is called fat dying. It does two things. Number one, it disrupts your pattern of thinking at the time where you think to yourself, you say to yourself, I feel hungry, I'm starving, and that thinking pattern goes into an action of looking for food, doesn't it? It's so automatic we don't even understand it. But that's how it works. Now if I, instead of saying I'm starving or I'm hungry or I need something to eat, I consciously make the decision to say, man, I feel fat dying right now. First of all, it sounds silly, so it's going to make me laugh at myself, or I'm going to be kind of confuse my own brain, and I'm going to be like, well, this is stupid. What am I saying this dumb new word for? I'm really still hungry. But that's enough just to kind of disrupt that automatic pattern of saying to myself, I feel starving, and then searching out food. And then it's enough to get my conscious brain to start thinking, you know what, I feel hungry. That sensation is telling me that actually I'm shrinking my fat cells. Fat cells are dying. I'm winning this victory. I'm accomplishing my goal. And using that new word actually takes me to a new place where I actually feel like not eating, to maintain that feeling that I've redefined now with my new word called fat dying. Can it be that simple? And the answer again is yes. Yes. Here's the problem. The problem is taking this knowledge and practicing it and practicing it, practicing it and using it and using it. What most people will do is they'll go, wow, that's a great idea, Dave. And, you know, later on today when you start to feel hungry, you go, I feel fat dying. Oh, this is funny. But really I'm hungry. And, you know, you probably fail and then go eat something the first time. And, oh, this is just stupid. That's dumb. That doesn't work. But what you have to realize is anything that you've ever wanted in your life. Let's say you, at one point in your life, decide, I want to start playing golf. I want to learn how to play golf because of some certain reasons. I want to spend time with my spouse. I want to spend time with business associates. I want to do something fun outside during the summers. You decided for a positive reason to learn some new behaviors that involve swinging a club and hitting this little white ball. Now the first time you did that, you probably thought, what am I doing? This is ridiculous. I can't get this little club head on this white ball in a way that's going to make this thing go straight. This is impossible. This is ridiculous. I quit. Now some of you did quit right away, but most of you that had this desire to play golf and get all the benefits that you wanted to play the game for in the first place, kept practicing. And even though you failed, you kept practicing, you kept hitting the dirt and you're making mistakes. The ball went this way, the ball went that way, but you kept practicing, you kept practicing. And pretty soon you were able to swing the club and get that ball to go pretty much where you want to most of the time. The same thing is with this, with changing your thinking and changing your patterns of behavior. It's the exact same thing. You got to practice it. So you use the new word fat dying, and it makes you laugh, but then you end up eating anyway. Next time you feel hungry, again, tell yourself, rather than I'm starving, man, I gotta find something to eat, say, I feel fat dying right now. Man, I feel fat dying right now. Combine that with physiology. Man, I feel fat dying right now. The tone of voice and the posture and the breathing and the smashing of my fist signals to my brain strength and power and victory. You may have a different outcome. And you keep practicing this and practicing this and practicing and then practicing this and practicing this, and pretty soon, believe it or not, if you go farther than most people go with this, you will then start to, on a more consistent basis, when you start to feel hungry, you start to feel good. You actually want to be hungry.